What do bankers and Bob Dylan have to do with what we confess in the Apostles' Creed? Stay tuned to find out. Hello, friends. Pastor Tim Westermeyer here. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. This past Sunday, we did something that it seems like we've been doing almost every weekend now for a number of months, which is a good thing. And that's, we had another baptism. And that got me thinking about the creed that we recite or confess as Christians. At every baptismal service, as part of that service, the presiding pastor asks the congregation 3 questions as part of the way we recite the creed in that particular service. Do you believe in God the Father? And then the congregation responds with the first article of the Apostles' Creed. I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. Do you believe in God's only Son, Jesus Christ? I believe in Jesus Christ, God's only Son, and so forth. Do you believe in God the Holy Spirit? And again, the third article of the creed is then recited by the congregation. We are used in our tradition in 2021 to recite the creed either that way or probably more usually actually in the context of worship, we just read the creed together. In the earliest years of Christianity, though, when fewer people were literate, when you didn't have printed bulletins, typically the creed would have been done in a slightly different way. The presider would have actually read the first article, the second article, and third article, and after each of them, there would have been a question, so do you believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth? And the response would have been Credo, C-R-E-D-O, which we translate as I believe. And the simple point I want to make today is that I think we do ourselves a disservice, maybe as Christians, by collapsing that word credo into only the word I believe. In our culture, of course, believe tends to focus on what I will call head knowledge or information. And I want to suggest that that word credo is more expansive than that. In fact, the word credo itself, Latin credo, comes from another root which means it's related to the heart. So the response is more than just our head knowledge. It involves our heart, and I would say a maybe better or more full translation would be I place my faith in, or I place my trust in this information, or better actually in this person. And maybe a simple example can sort of reinforce this point. In our language, we also have a related word to that word credo or creed, which is creditor. Comes from the same root. And if you imagine, maybe particularly, let's say it's a small town somewhere where there's a banker, and someone from the town comes to that banker requesting a loan, saying, I'd like to borrow some money. Well, if that banker is going to become a creditor to that individual, what does it mean? It means the banker needs to be willing to trust or have faith that the person will pay him or her back. And so that decision will be based, yes, on information, maybe on spreadsheets, on balances, on collateral, all of those things for sure. But again, it's maybe especially in a small town, it will also be based on the fact that the banker will likely say, oh, well, I know Joe or I know Jane, and forget about the information, not that it's not important, but I trust them. I have faith that they will pay me back. Now, again, I want to be very clear. Saying I trust or I place my faith in something is not opposed to reason, or to rationality, or to information. But it's bigger than that. It's more expansive than that. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. The simple point I want to make, though, is I think actually we are wired to, through our actions, through our lives, to say, yes, I place my faith in whatever it is, or I place my trust in whatever it is. And maybe coming from a slightly different angle, you can say the same thing with that, I think very appropriately, the lyrics of Bob Dylan's song, You Gotta Serve Somebody. Whether it's going to be the devil or the Lord, we are wired to serve someone. We are wired to put our faith in something, to put our trust in something. And today, maybe I'll leave you with simply that it's an easy question to ask. It's maybe a more complicated question to answer, but it is, who are you going to put your trust in today, or tomorrow, or next week, or for your life? Who are you going to place your faith in? It's worth reflecting on that question. Thanks for being with me again. Be well, stay in touch, and God bless.